If you've been waiting for Witchbrook since the beginning, this video is for you because we need to talk about this. Chucklefish announced Witchbrook back in 2016. Stranger Things wasn't even a thing yet, and we've had an entire show from start to finish and still no Witchbrook. Now, I'm sure you know, but if you have no idea what Witchbrook is, don't worry, I got you. Witchbrook is a witchy life sim where you will start your life as a new resident witch in a city called Mossport. You will make friends, find love, go to class, and fly around on your broomstick. You will focus on your magical abilities by attending class and completing assignments, all while forming friendships and finding romance. There will be lots of customization, shops to go to, activities to attend, and much more. This game actually promises a lot. All of this in a cute pixel art style from the developers Chucklefish and Robotality. So what is going on with this game and why are people getting frustrated? Alright, so all of this began back in 2016, 2017, where Witchbrook was announced, actually originally named Spellbound. It was initially teased and fans were immediately linking it to Harry Potter. However, the developers were actually aiming more for a Studio Ghibli vibe, think like Kiki's Delivery Service, and you can actually see some of the similarities like on the broomstick, the little radio that Kiki carries. Now, from 2019 to 2025, development continues. Following the release of Chucklefish's Wargroove, there was a shift to an in-house engine from Rust, which they originally used. There were already some alleged controversies behind the scenes when it came to Chucklefish relating to not paying workers for their contributions, such as music rights. There was also a lack of communication, no clear updates, and delivering something different, if not worse. This all relates to Starbound, their first game from 2016, mind you. Eric Barone, creator of Stardew Valley, which was published by Chucklefish, states that he was aware of the unfair practices during development of the game and that he believes in compensating developers for their contributions when it comes to these games. Now again, that was back in 2016, and Chucklefish has since stated that they now have better working conditions and they do not handle things the way they once did. This is probably why they have this zero crunch studio focus, and we'll get more into that in a bit. Starbound spent 3 to 4 years in early access. It was announced in 2011 and released in 2016. This was more so due to changes in development and having to recode due to the lead programmer leaving. Then they made Wargroove, which had a 2 to 3 year wait where it was having to be refined to meet high expectations. Their third game, will be Witchbrook, has a 9-year wait. This is definitely a larger gap of time from the previous 2 games. Now, what I will say is that the reviews on the first 2 games, Starbound and Wargroove, are pretty positive. Many people were not happy with the development and how Chucklefish abandoned Starbound for the next game, but modders are keeping that game alive. And overall, the sentiment on Wargroove is positive. I say all of that to say that Chucklefish makes pretty good games. Now, I definitely think Witchbrook is very different from the first 2 and attracts a different type of audience, but still, they make good games. This game is definitely promising a lot with attending classes, learning spells, taking exams. Then there's growing plants and brewing them so that you can make potions. They've worked on a lot of customization with a variety of skin tones and hairstyles, as well as clothing choices and lots of layers. You'll be able to spend time relaxing at your cottage, gardening, raising animals. You'll focus on relationships, whether that be friendship or romance. The NPCs will have their own schedules and carry on their day while you can ride around on your broomstick and participate in broom races. And there will be lots of shops, restaurants, and seasonal events. Not to mention, this game will be multiplayer with up to 4 players. Y'all, is this a literal dream? No wonder I've been so impatient with this game. It's literally the makings of my dream game that I talked about in another video. I'll link it above. I know that I'll be able to get my coffee, and I saw lots of flowers in the trailer. I'm in love. But I'm also very sad to see that this game has been delayed and there's no trace of gameplay footage. I think we were all okay with waiting, especially waiting for a good game. However, I do feel like they may have made the announcement too early. We even have Eric Barone stating that he wishes he didn't reveal Haunted Chocolatier so early, and yet we're way more patient with him, especially with how much care he's put into Stardew Valley. So I definitely think it could be one of the reasons for people's frustration. Especially when you have the Nintendo Direct for March 27th of 2025 announced the release of Witchbrook for the holidays of the same year, only to delay it to a 2026 release on October 15th, but with no date, not even a Q1 or Q2 range. It could be very upsetting. At the same time, sometimes no news is good news, and it could be dropping any day now. We just don't know. In their last dev blog, they stated this: 2025 has been a huge year for development, and we've just finished some top secret playtesting to refine some balancing aspects of the game, which has been a massive milestone and super insightful for us as a team. On the development side, we'll be focusing on implementing the feedback we received, adding even more content, porting to consoles, and tightening up the overall loop and balance of the game. Huge thanks to everyone in the community for your enthusiastic support throughout 2025 and ongoing encouragement. We know it's been a long journey, but we truly believe that all good things take time. We've poured a lot of love and dedication into Witchbrook that we hope you can see and feel on release. This was from December 15th, 2025, and we haven't heard any new official updates after this. I will give them credit for the monthly updates and showing the behind the scenes process. Now, what stood out to me was the fact that they stated that they were adding even more content. Now, this sounds fantastic, right? Adding more to the game is great. But the question here is whether or not we want all of that extra content now or later. I understand tightening things up and polishing it and porting it to consoles, but I'm wondering if they're continuing to move the goalpost. Like, we just have to add this one more thing, delay. Okay, wait, what if we just add this other thing here, delay? You see what I mean? It could end up feeling like the game will never truly be finished. It will constantly get delayed, which is also why I'm wondering if this is why we haven't gotten a date yet. Many believe that the delay and lack of information is coming from either A, no actual meaningful progress has been made, or B, the gameplay loop is so different from what was promised and they're hiding it until the last minute. So here's the real question. Would you rather a studio release the game on schedule, rough edges and all, and patch it up as you play, or would you rather they keep delaying it until it's polished and complete? Personally, I get both sides. First impressions matter, but so does your time. 9 years is a long time to wait, and at some point, the delays start to cost you the audience that you built. That's kind of where we are with the game right now, and that actually connects to something Chucklefish is pretty open about. Ultimately, Chucklefish is a zero crunch studio, and so they believe in making sure their developers are well rested in order to make better games, which means that the development will take longer. Now, I'm all for taking care of yourself over your job. No job is worth your health, mental, physical, any of it. I guess I'm just curious about what this looks like from their perspective, because 9 years is a long time to develop a game and to have no gameplay footage to show. They also wanted the game to have its own identity and break away from people calling it a Harry Potter and Stardew Valley game. This caused them to shift things within the game to give it its own personality with more simulation and design work. Right now, they're claiming the delay is to ensure the world feels rich, immersive, and alive. So the question is, will it actually come out in 2026 or will it get delayed once again? I think that it will come out this year. It's been pretty quiet, and usually that means something is about to happen, or at least I hope so. I think it would be a bad call to delay this game once again, because the only thing you could delay it to would be 2027, since they haven't announced a date, which is a smart call on their part. Delaying it to 2027 would really cause so many to lose hope on this game, and many people already have, and so I don't think it'll get delayed. I'm hoping that this game will have everything that's promised, but I think I'm more disappointed with the lack of videos, gameplays, etc. from a game that's 9 years in the making. So yeah, I say we wait for some kind of announcement this year and hopefully a release date. At launch, it will be available on your PC through Steam, Nintendo Switch, and Nintendo Switch 2, and on your Xbox, and it will be available on Game Pass. How have you been feeling about Witchbrook? Are you tired of waiting, or are you more optimistic? Let me know in the comments below. If you've enjoyed this video or helped in any way, please give it a like. And if you enjoy catching up on gaming news and all things cozy gaming, please consider subscribing. I would really appreciate it. Have a wonderful week, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye.